So the title of my talk today is, what if nothing's wrong? Because for the most part, our daily lives are pretty much wrong. My boss is wrong. My job is wrong. It's wrong that I don't make enough money. The government is definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong. And Trump is wrong. My family is wrong. My spouse is wrong. My parents are wrong. And the biggie, God is wrong. 3-year-olds should not die of cancer. It shouldn't be that way. So, all of this wrongness that we walk around with all day long precedes us. It walks into the room before we do. And it attracts exactly that. We could go into a conference of positive thinkers and positive people, and we would find and attract the one person there that was saying, "This is crazy. This is so wrong. This is just wrong." And we get into a frenzy of, oh, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. They're such idiots, and this is so wrong. And, do you know, the government is wrong. And then, you're off on that topic. The government is wrong, and Trump's wrong. And do you know what my sister did to me the other day? It was so wrong. And you feed off of each other. And you get into a frenzy. And when you're in that, how do you feel? Take a moment and think about something that's wrong. And see how you feel. What's the feeling of it's wrong? Doesn't feel real good, does it? It's not a good space. But we have a lot of momentum behind it's wrong. It didn't just start yesterday. It either started a long time ago, or it even started with our parents or their parents. It's a passed down thing. It's got a lot of momentum. It's not something that just poof goes away. Because it didn't poof just get there. It's wrong. And I know it's wrong. And I'm here to tell everybody I can that it's wrong. You know that. We get together with people and go, and it can start out great. Oh yeah, life's great. It's wonderful. Except for, man, I didn't get a raise this year. And I asked for it, and I deserve it. You know? It's wrong that I don't get this raise. And like I said, it precedes us. It walks into the room before we do. And we just keep turning the box. Oh, new topic. New wrong. Oh, let's go over here. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Whatever that is. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I know it's wrong. And the funny thing of it is that we've got all kinds of evidence that it's wrong. This idiot that's standing up with a box on his head is wrong. It's just so wrong. I can't see his face, and I barely hear what he's saying. It's just wrong. And we stand in that space of what's wrong, and nothing else can come in. If it's wrong, there can only be one thing there, and it's wrong. The space of it's wrong is that space. Nothing else is getting in, nothing else is getting out. It is the truth of what we're living. You want to know what you're thinking? Look at your life. Because everybody that comes into your life is attracted to you through your point of attraction. And if your point of attraction is it's wrong, that's who shows up. That's what shows up in your life, is what's wrong. So, what if nothing is wrong? Just what if? Not flat out it's wrong, it's not wrong. Just what if nothing is wrong? What if? Just what if nothing is wrong? There's light. There's light in the darkness of what's wrong. There's something else possible. Inside this box, like I said, there's nothing possible. This is the only thing that's possible. And it's running us. It's living us. What if nothing is wrong? Not flat out, nothing is wrong. Because with the momentum we've got around what's wrong, we can't get there. Until now. Until now. Because what if nothing is wrong pierces that thought. It pierces that expectation. It pierces that darkness. Because inside this box, there's no love. You're not loving when you're inside this box. You're not compassionate. You're not understanding. You're not kind. You're not giving inside this box. One of the things on here is global warming. A very dear friend of mine was giving a talk over the phone. They invited me in, and it was on Zen Buddhism. And this was the quote that just blew me away. He said this quote, and I went, "Oh my God." It's a brilliant quote. And I've been using it throughout my life. And I was talking to my daughter about the quote. And we were sitting down, and I said, "What if nothing is wrong? What if nothing is wrong?" And she goes, "Well, what about global warming?" And I said, "Yeah, but what if nothing is wrong?" And she went, And my son walked by, and he's just, "But Dad, we're ruining the earth. There's science evidence miles along. They've told us that it's happening. We're going to kill ourselves." And I said, "But what if nothing is wrong?" And he said, "But the scientists have proven it. It's going to happen." And I said, "But what if? Just what if nothing is wrong?" And he stopped, and he walked away. And it diffused his whole idea of we're dying, that we're ruining the earth, that this is the end. It's been proven with those simple words of what if nothing is wrong. That's why I gave you these papers. Take it home. Put it on your refrigerator. When you're in the middle of something that's driving you crazy. What if nothing is wrong? I call it a gateway affirmation. Because in this, Abraham Hicks talks about your point of attraction. And in this box, your point of attraction is what's wrong. Okay? So what's showing up in your life is what's wrong. Because that's what you're attracting. That's what you're thinking about. That's what you're putting your consciousness into. So what if nothing is wrong shifts you from what's wrong into possibility. Because in this box, like I said, there's only one possibility. It's wrong. That's all there is to it. What if nothing is wrong creates infinite possibility? Because in that one statement, then something else is possible. Then in that statement, we can attract other thoughts like it. So Abraham Hicks talks about 17 seconds. If you can hold a positive thought for 17 seconds, another positive thought will enter into your mind. It will attract another positive thought. and then another 17 seconds, and then another 17 seconds. You hold that positive thought for 68 seconds, and you've changed your point of attraction. You've altered your point of attraction from it's wrong to, wow, maybe there's something else. Or, you know what? I've always relied on God, and God is for me. God supports me in everything I do and in my whole life. Maybe there's nothing wrong. Maybe God's got it handled, and I don't have to worry about it. Because we didn't wake up this morning going, thank God the earth is still in its orbit. Right? We trusted the divine to do that one. And we don't think about it. But we didn't trust the divine because there's wrong. It's wrong. It's so wrong. But trusting in the divine, that's the right. That's where the truth is. That's where the love is. So starting here, what if nothing's wrong? And the thing that I like about this so much is that it's passive. It's not aggressive. It's just think about it. Just entertain that thought. You don't have to go full bore. Oh yeah, you're right. Nothing here. Because like I said, we've got so much momentum behind it. It took a lot of years. But this can get us away from that thought. What if we thought about global warming as, wow, you know what? I love the earth. The earth has always been here for us. The earth will always be here for us, supporting us, giving us food, giving us the sun, giving us gravity. It has always been here for us. I love the earth. I want to do things that support the earth. So if I'm coming from that space, then there's nothing wrong. It's not the scientists have told us that this is the way we're going to ruin the earth and yada, 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 yada. Because what that brings is more of that. It attracts to us more of that thinking, more of that anguish, more of that worry of that global warming is happening. And it's a different space. There's no love in global warming. There's love in the earth takes care of us. The earth loves us. The earth nurtures us. So if we stand in that thought, in the thought that I want to support the earth, then take action out of that. Because that will be an entirely different action than global warming. The other action is from the space of the divine. From the space of God, because God doesn't see anything wrong. There's no wrong in God. God is for us completely, not against us. God wants nothing but our highest, happiest, and best. Because God sees us as incredible beings. Loves us to the nth degree, no matter what we do. That's why we say unconditional love. God loves us unconditionally. There is no condition under which God would or could not love us. Love is God's nature. And God can't be outside of God's nature. It's an impossibility. That's why I always say God is for us. Because it's God's nature to love us and see us as amazing beings. Because God sees the totality of us. God sees our consciousness, not just this body and what we do every day. Because that's the very little part of us. The greater part of us is our consciousness. That oneness with all that is, oneness with all that God is. All that God is. We can't even imagine that. We can't even put it in words. We can't even imagine it. But the allness of God, the totality of God, is right where you are. You are the allness of God. You are one with all that is, because it's all God. And you are an amazing expression of the divine. Right here, right now. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to do anything for it. You were born it. And you were that long before you came to this earth. And you will be that long after you leave this earth. What if nothing's wrong? Because then I can stand in the divine. Then I can stand in God. Then I'm speaking of the divine. And I can move and live. I can consciously move and live and have my being in the divine. Because we're always creating. Whether we realize it or not, we create this. It shows up in our lives all the time. So be a conscious creator. Create from that space of God. You know it. You feel it. You know that space of God. It's within. It's right here. You know it. It's remembering it and latching onto it and cherishing it and loving it and knowing that that is the truth of who I am. So use this. Keep it on your refrigerator. Keep it at hand to get you out of this box and into the space of God, because it'll guide you to it. 68 seconds is all it takes. I love you all. Thank you.